there, and welcome. So glad you could join us.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, so let me ask you something. Have you ever had that feeling, that little bit of frustration, like, you know the English words, you've studied really hard, you understand people perfectly fine, but then when you actually go to speak, something just feels, well, a little bit off.
Oh, yeah.
Your pronunciation, it maybe doesn't sound quite like you hear it in your head, or it feels different from how native speakers sound. It happens to so many people, right?
It absolutely does. And look, if that's you, let me just say right away.
Yeah.
It's not because you're doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
Not at all. You're not bad at English.
Right.
Our deep dive into how speech actually works, it shows something pretty simple, really. Your mouth. So, yeah, your tongue, your lips, even your jaw. It's basically like a set of muscles.
Okay.
And those muscles, they spent years, maybe your whole life, getting really, really good at making the sounds of your native language.
That makes sense.
And English pronunciation. Well, it often needs totally new movements, new places for your tongue, different shapes for your lips. It's kind of like learning to use a new set of tools physically.
I like that analogy. It's not about being good or bad. It's just training those mouth muscles. And here's the really good news, the empowering part.
Yeah.
Pronunciation isn't some kind of secret magic trick you're either born with or not. Nope, it's a skill, something you build, step by step, just with practice.
Exactly. Practice.
And that is exactly what we are diving into today. We're going to give you some simple, really practical ways you can start boosting your confidence, like right now, helping make your English sound more natural, more you. This is your deep dive into speaking English, like the confident, friendly, motivational person you are, just in everyday life.
In our approach today, it's definitely not going to be like some dusty old textbook.
No way.
We're talking fun, natural conversation, lots of real life examples and exercises you can actually do like right away in your day.
Yeah.
We're going to break down how you can get comfortable with those English sounds that might feel a bit strange at first. So are you ready? Ready to really get into the sounds of English?
Let's do it. Okay, so first thing we kind of uncovered, something really powerful, is this idea of becoming a sound detective.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
A sound detector.
Yeah. It's not just about, repeating words over and over. It's really about training your ears first. Learning to pick up those tiny, subtle little differences in sounds inside words. You got to investigate the sounds.
That's such a crucial point. We often focus so much on making the sounds, we forget about the listening part. Listening really closely. That's like half the battle.
Totally.
Let's try a classic example, one that trips up loads of people. The words sleep and slip, they look similar, right? But that middle sound, totally different.
Okay, let's try this out loud together. Wherever you are, say sleep. Go on, sleep.
Sleep.
Now say slip, slip. Slip? Did you feel that or hear it? The difference?
Yeah. Probably noticed, yeah. In sleep, that E sound is long, kind of stretched out. Sleep. Your mouth might widen a bit, but in slip, the E sound is much quicker, sharper, like you cut it short. Slip. Tiny shift, but it changes everything.
And yeah, mixing them up can cause some real confusion. Like if you tell someone, I really need to slip for 8 hours tonight.
Yeah, they might wonder where you're planning on falling.
Exactly. When you meant sleep. So yeah, our deep dive shows these little sound mix-ups are often the cause of misunderstandings. So as a sound detective, you want to focus in on the sounds you personally find tricky in English.
Precisely. Like take the sound, and this or that.
Oh, that's a tough one for many.
It is. For speakers of languages like, say, French or German, where that sound just doesn't exist, your mouth hasn't practiced making it. So it's natural to maybe substitute it with a dead sound like dis or dat.
Right.
So recognizing that specific sound and then practicing the unique mouth position for it, that's key. Putting your tongue between your teeth, maybe.
So here's a really simple, actionable tip for your detective work. Grab your phone, use the voice recorder.
Good idea.
Say those words you find tricky. Then find a recording of a native speaker saying them. You can find tons online and compare. Listen really closely. What's different? Is your tongue in the right spot? Are your lips doing the right thing? Just consciously comparing like that. It's super powerful.
Absolutely. And there are even apps now, designed to help with this. Some can even show you visually how you're saying it compared to a model, like a little speech lab in your pocket. Gives you instant feedback.
That's brilliant. Okay, so we've got identifying sounds down. Now, building on that, our deep dive also showed that mastering the melody of English is just as important. Intonation and stress.
Yes, this is where English really starts to sing. It has its own rhythm, its own music, kind of like a song.
Yeah.
Think about music, right? It has high notes, low notes, louder bits, quieter bits. English sentences had that kind of flow too. If you speak flat, like a robot, just monotone.
Beep, boop, beep, boop.
Exactly. It makes it really hard for people to understand not just your words, but your meaning, your feelings. Even if you're asking a question, intonation is all about how you say something.
Yeah.
The music behind the words.
That's a great way to put it. Let me show you what we mean.
Yeah.
How do you know if someone's asking a question? Usually their voice kind of goes up at the end, right?
Not once.
Try this with me. Hey, how was your weekend? Hear that lift on weekend, weekend.
Yeah.
Now compare that to just a flat statement. Your weekend was good, flat. Now imagine trying to ask the question, keeping it flat. How was your weekend? It doesn't sound like a real question, does it?
Nope. Sounds kind of demanding almost, or just uninterested.
Right. The feeling is gone. So try both yourself. Ask, how was your weekend with that rising tone? Then say, your weekend was good, flat. Feel the difference in the intention.
And it's not just questions. Your emotions totally change your tongue too. Like if I say, wow, that car is really expensive with real excitement.
Yeah, I hear it.
You hear the wow in my voice, right?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, everyone try that. Wow, that car's really expensive. Put some energy in it. Now try the opposite. Say, I'm really excited to go to this event, but say it like you're totally bored. Flat. Precisely.
It sounds completely mismatched, unnatural. And that's a big clue your intonation isn't quite lining up with what you mean.
And here's a funny little insight we found, kind of surprising. Even if you're talking on the phone or nobody can see you, actually moving your hands or smiling while you speak, it can genuinely make your voice sound better, more expressive.
Really? That's fascinating.
Yeah, your body language kind of leaks into your voice, even subtly.
Wow, I'll have to try that. Your energy flows into your voice. Okay, so that's intonation, the melody. Now, another key part of that melody, word stress. Emphasizing the right word in a sentence.
Oh, this one is huge. We found this is one of the most powerful things because just by shifting which word you stress, you can change the entire meaning of a sentence. It's amazing.
Okay.
Let's take a simple sentence. I never said she stole my money. Pretty clear, right? Yeah, seems straightforward.
Okay, now listen. What if I stress never? I never said she stole my money. What does that mean?
That means you absolutely, positively did not say it. Complete denial.
Strong denial. Okay, now what if I stress she? I never said she stole my money.
Okay, now it sounds like maybe you think someone else did it. Not her, but maybe him.
Precisely. You're implying someone else is the culprit.
Okay.
One more. What if we stress money? I never said she stole my money.
Okay, now it's like maybe she stole something else, like your socks or your lunch.
Exactly. Maybe the car keys, maybe the rubber ducks we mentioned. See that? One sentence, potentially like 7 different meanings, just depending on which word gets the emphasis. It's incredibly powerful for clear communication.
Wow, okay. That really shows the power. So a practical tip then is next time you're speaking, just take a split second to think, okay, what's the most important word here? What's the key piece of info? And then just give that word a little extra oomph, make it stand out a bit.
A great way to get better at hearing and using this is just listening to actors. In TV shows, movies, they are masters of stress and intonation. It's their job, right?
Yeah.
To convey meaning and emotion perfectly. Just pay attention to which words they hit harder.
Totally. Or, just imitate our incredibly passionate delivery right here.
Well, maybe tone it down just a little from us sometimes.
That's kidding, mostly. But yeah, listening actively really helps. Okay, let's move on to our third tip. And this one is just pure fun. Playing with tongue twisters.
Tongue twisters. They might seem a bit silly, like stuff for kids.
Right. She sells seashells.
Exactly. But our deep dive into actual phonetic training methods, it shows they're super useful for what they call articulatory agility. Basically, training your mouth muscles for those tricky English sounds in a really focused way.
Okay, so if you're wondering what is a tongue twister, it's just a phrase that's deliberately hard to say quickly because it's full of similar sounds all bunched together, like that she sells seashells by the seashore, the faster you go.
The more your tongue feels like it's tripping over itself.
Exactly, tying itself in knots.
So why bother with them?
Yeah.
Because they force you to be really clear and precise with every single sound. If you can say a tongue twister slowly and perfectly, getting every sound right, then your normal everyday speech will naturally become clearer and more confident. It's like doing stretches before you exercise.
Yeah.
You're warming up your mouth for smoother English.
Okay, I like that. Let's try a simple one together then. This one's great for practicing R and L sounds, which lots of learners find tricky. Ready? Red, lorry, yellow, lorry.
Classic.
First, let's break it down. Super slow. Say each word clearly with me. Red, lorry.
Lorry.
Yellow, lorry. Lorry. Okay, now the whole phrase, still slow and clear. Red, lorry, yellow, lorry.
Red lorry, yellow lorry.
Feel that. Feel your tongue moving between the R and L. Now, once that feels okay, try speeding up just a tiny bit. Red, lorry, yellow, lorry. Red, lorry, yellow, lorry.
Red lorry, yellow lorry, yellow lorry,
Red,
lorry,
red.
yellow lorry. No, tricky.
Huh. See, if you stumble or mess up, honestly, don't worry at all. Just slow right back down.
Yeah.
Even native speakers get tangled up in these. It's actually part of the fun.
It really is. Okay, ready for a slightly tougher one? This one's great for P sounds. Get your lips really working. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Whoa, okay. That's a mouthful.
Let's break it down slow. Peter Piper
Paper.
picked a peck.
A pick.
A peck
Peck
of pickled.
Of peppers. Peppers. Phew.
Okay, now, the whole thing, slow and clear.
Yeah.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Phew. My lips feel tired.
If your tongue or lips feel a bit tired, you're doing it exactly right.
Yeah.
That means those muscles are getting a proper workout.
Okay, so it's like mouth gymnastics.
Pretty much.
Where?
And the real magic happens if you pick maybe just one or two twisters and practice them daily, just for a minute or two. Especially choose ones that have sounds, you struggle with. Like, if the sound is still giving you trouble, you could try this beast. 33 thirsty thoroughbreds thunder through the thicket.
Wowza. That's advanced level tongue twisting. Okay, maybe work up to that one.
Definitely. And you know what? You can even make up your own silly ones for fun.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, they don't have to make sense. It's just about practicing the sounds in a playful way.
Okay, I'll try. Liam loves lemon loaf. Lemon loaf loves Liam. How's that?
It's wonderfully terrible and perfect for practicing those L sounds. That playful attitude is exactly what helps learning stick.
Awesome.
Okay.
So now let's shift gears a little bit to something really, really important that causes a lot of worry for learners. Your accent.
Ah, yes. The accent question. So many people learning English have this idea that they absolutely need to sound exactly like a native speaker, maybe American, maybe British, to be considered good at English.
Yeah, I hear that a lot.
But you know what? Our deep dive into how people actually communicate around the world, it shows that's just not true. Absolutely not.
That's such a relief to hear, I bet. So you're saying
You can speak English with a French accent, an Indian accent, a Brazilian accent, any accent, and still communicate beautifully, clearly, powerfully. The real goal isn't to completely erase your accent.
Okay, so what is the goal then?
It's to avoid those mix-ups that actually confuse people. Like we said, saying ship when you really mean sheep, or
Okay.
leave when you mean live. Those kinds of things can genuinely hinder understanding. So you focus on fixing the specific pronunciation points that cause confusion, not on trying to sound like someone else entirely. Your accent is part of you.
Right. Focus on clarity, not elimination.
Exactly. And here's a cool idea we came across. Instead of fighting your accent, lean into what we call your signature sound.
His signature sound. What's that?
It means embracing your natural way of speaking English, but making sure it's confident and clear. So for example, maybe French speakers often have that slight roll on their R's. Instead of trying to force an American R, you could just make your rolled R clear and consistent. It becomes part of your unique, understandable English voice.
Okay, I see.
Or maybe Japanese speakers sometimes struggle distinguishing L and R. Instead of trying to perfect every L and R instantly, maybe just focus hard on mastering the difference in one key pair of words, like light and right. Say them slowly. Feel the difference. Practice that distinction until it feels natural.
Ah, okay. So focusing on one specific clear difference makes it less overwhelming. You make sure that sound distinction is clear, even if the sound itself still has your accent's flavor.
Precisely. You make the distinction clear so people understand you, even if the sound isn't identical to a native speaker's. Your mouth just knows the difference for that pair.
That makes so much sense. More manageable.
And again, recording yourself is your best friend here.
Back to the voice recorder.
Yeah. Say that tricky sound or word pair, listen back, compare it to a native speaker, and then just tweak it enough so it's clear. Not trying to mimic perfectly, just aiming for understandable clarity. Your unique accent is part of who you are. Be proud of it.
Absolutely. And here's a fun fact that might make you feel better. Even within native English, there are huge differences.
Oh, totally.
Like in some parts of the US, people might naturally say dis and dat instead of this and that. in really casual chat. So even native speakers have all sorts of regional variations. The goal is just clear, confident communication.
Couldn't agree more.
Okay, wow. We've covered a lot. Being sound detectives, mastering the music of English with intonation and stress, playing with tongue twisters, and embracing your unique accent. Now, let's pull all these ideas together with one final technique. And honestly, this might be one of the most powerful tools our deep dive uncovered for boosting your overall pronunciation and speaking confidence. It's called shadowing.
Shadowing. Yes, this is a fantastic technique. Really, really effective.
So what exactly is shadowing?
It's actually pretty simple. It just means you listen to someone speaking like a sentence or a phrase, and then you repeat it immediately after them, like you're their echo or their shadow.
Like an echo. Okay.
Yeah. And what it does is it trains your ears to really catch the rhythm and the sounds. It trains your mouth to actually make those sounds right away, and it helps you absorb the overall flow and melody of English speech all at the same time. It's like a full workout for your speaking skills.
A powerhouse practice, you called it. I like that. Okay, let's actually give it a try right now together so everyone can feel how it works.
Good idea.
I'm going to tell a very short story about my weekend. The first time through, just listen, don't repeat yet. Just pay attention to everything in my pronunciation, where I put the stress, the ups and downs of my voice, the rhythm. Okay, just listen.
Ears open.
Last weekend was so relaxing. I visited my favorite cafe downtown. I ordered a vanilla latte and read a book for hours. Later, I met a friend for a walk in the park. The weather was perfect, sunny, but not too hot.
Okay, nice relaxing weekend. Now, for the second time, listen again carefully. I'm going to say each sentence, and then I'll pause. In that pause, you repeat the sentence out loud. Try to copy everything you just heard, the sounds, the rhythm, the melody.
Right.
Ready?
Last weekend was so relaxing. Pause.
Your turn.
I visited my favorite cafe downtown.
Repeat.
I ordered a vanilla latte and read a book for hours. Pause.
Go ahead.
Later, I met a friend for a walk in the park. Pause.
You got this.
The weather was perfect, sunny, but not too hot. Pause.
All right.
How did that feel? Was it tricky? Easy. If you didn't nail it perfectly, honestly, that is totally okay. This takes practice, consistent practice.
Absolutely.
But the amazing thing about shadowing is you can use this exact same technique with any native English audio you listen to. Podcasts, movies, news, anything.
That is the real key, isn't it?
Yeah.
Our deep dive shows again and again, the learners who make the fastest progress are the ones who weave practice into their everyday lives. So yeah, when you're watching a show, listening to us, or even just hearing a news report, pick a sentence that catches your ear. Listen really closely, hit pause, and then repeat it out loud, trying to match the sound and the rhythm as best you can. That regular, focused imitation, that's where the magic happens. Just take your time with it. Go at your own speed. And try to have fun with it. Enjoy the process of imitating.
Definitely. And that kind of wraps up our deep dive today into mastering English pronunciation. Just remember, everyone, this whole thing is a journey. It's about practice, yeah, but it's also about having fun with it. And really importantly, building your confidence along the way. Every single time you try one of these tips, being a sound detective, playing with stress, doing tongue twisters, shadowing you, or making progress, you're literally retraining those mouth muscles for a clearer, more natural sounding English.
So before you head off, maybe think about this for a second. What's just one sound or maybe one word that you'll be a sound detective for today? Just one. Or what's one short phrase you try shadowing from something you hear later?
Yeah, pick something small.
Exactly. Pick something small and maybe try it right now or commit to trying it today. Those small steps, they really do add up to big leaps forward.
They really do. Thank you all so much for spending this time with us today and for putting in the effort to practice. Learning a language, especially getting the pronunciation right, it takes dedication. It takes work. So please be incredibly proud of yourself just for showing up today and investing in your communication skills. You're doing great.
You really are. Take care, everyone. Keep practicing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep shining.